Easter. It's a Christian holiday. It is one day that you are celebrating something, but Easter is also a small part of a larger set of holidays in Christianity. Easter is on the last day of Holy Week. Easter is also the event that ends Lent, which is its own holiday. So we're saying this word, Easter, and there's a lot of controversy about the etymology of Easter. Exactly what does Easter have to do with mythologies of other religions? I'm not going to get into that, but I do want to note that different cultures call Easter something different. Moving on, Easter is the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is a person. Christ just means the anointed one. Christ is like a title similar to doctor or professor. Christ means anointed one, and Jesus is a person's name who serves as the prophet in the religion Christianity. The Christians believe that Jesus was risen from being dead 3 days after being killed, and Easter celebrates the resurrection, the coming back to life of the man who was dead. Easter is a holiday that is celebrated at the end of a week of holidays, sometimes called Holy Week by Christians. There's Palm Sunday, which is all about Jesus entering Jerusalem, where he was arrested and tried, and where he was also crucified, which means to be killed on the cross. Maundy Thursday is another holiday that leads up to Easter, and that's the Last Supper that Jesus enjoyed with his disciples. It is also relating to the arrest of Jesus. Good Friday is the day on which Jesus was risen onto that cross where he was left to die after being tortured. And 3 days after he was killed on that cross on Good Friday, that's when we celebrate Easter. Easter is a day that we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. Now, it's kind of controversial how we chose that Sunday. If we were to learn about the Council of Nicaea, this is a historical event that took place in the year 325, so 325 years after Jesus was born about, is when this council met and decided exactly when Easter is to be celebrated, exactly when Christians should be celebrating the resurrection of Jesus. And so we see that there is a relationship between when Easter is held and celestial events. We've got a full moon, we've got the spring equinox, sometimes called the vernal equinox. There's also a controversy about whether we're supposed to be celebrating it according to this. If you look at what the Eastern churches, sometimes called the Orthodox churches, are celebrating Easter, it is a totally different day according to a different calendar. So when I'm teaching you that Easter is to be held on the first Sunday after the first full moon, after the spring equinox, which means that Easter could be held on any Sunday somewhere between March 22nd and April 25th, this is the Western Christian church, not the Eastern Orthodox Greek church's way of doing things. So there is also a controversy about when we should be celebrating. What we should be celebrating, however, is not a matter of controversy. We are celebrating the literal life of a man who was once dead and was, first of all, dead for 3 days. So what Christians are expressing when they celebrate Easter is their faith that a man who was dead for 3 days came back to life. There are lots of instances in lots of religions where somebody who's dead continues to live. But there's ideas of reincarnation, and that's when, say, your soul goes in to continue life but in a different body. The resurrection is not like reincarnation. In a resurrection, the person goes back into their body, and the body that they had rises once more. If you want to look at literature that talks about dead bodies of people coming back to life, then you can look in the book of Ezekiel as well as the book of Daniel. If you want to learn more specifically about Jesus coming back to life, then you could look at any of the 4 Gospels in the New Testament. To summarize, Easter is one of the holiest days in the religion Christianity.